Friday, we did it. We made it to Friday. You're on your device or maybe your smart TV, your computer, watching us on the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Glad to have you hanging out with us. We do this every weekday, live at 7:34, but it's there for you whenever you want to watch it, so we appreciate you spending 10 minutes with us to bring you up to date on the latest news, weather, and nonsense. The best part of the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. Mike Augustinak is in this morning for Riley O'Connor, and he presents this heat. Tell you what, when Gusty shows up, you know it's going to be hot. Oh, yeah.
Nothing hotter than a morning show with me.
This is teeing us up for a dad bod conversation later. Not about you, clearly. You're fine. Me? I've been rocking the dad bod before it was cool. It's going to be toasty if you are mowing the lawn today. For sure, it's the day to kind of take that shirt off, right? You know who
Men
you
and
are.
ladies, really.
I don't discriminate.
Nope.
Whoever's mowing the lawn, you do you. In our family, it's the 15-year-old, and I would prefer he keep the shirt on. I think
very weird.
Yep. That's the best thing about having kids. So here's the weather. There it is. Hot today, less hot, and top 10 weather day tomorrow, and then Father's Day chance for showers, right? Did I do okay? Mike's eating, so it's all good. Father's Day weekend. We want to know, what are you doing with Dad? Maybe your shout out about Dad. Maybe you have a good dad memory. Let's roll that beautiful dad footage. This is file video that we got. Because what says dad's more than throwing a little kid in the air, counting a stack of 100s, and sitting at a ball game? This is ties, a stack of ties. Maybe you're going to buy a movie, and here's a young woman on a phone. I don't know what's happening with this video. There's a dad, or just a guy in a suit, and there's another woman. This would actually be fun. One of these CBSN Minnesota Morning Updates, I'm just very literally going to narrate video. We will pay no attention to what the story is about, and I will just blindly tell you what I'm seeing. Oh, the hug. Dad just got home. That's nice. And it looks like Dad's bringing a gift to the kids. Is that what we're supposed to do on Father's Day? My kids would probably argue that Father's Day really should be a day to celebrate them. Because without them, I wouldn't be a father. Technically true. Technically true. Every day is Kids' Day, though. That's a classic dad response, right? It's right out of the handbook. Anyway, dad thoughts. That's what we're doing in our talker today. Look forward to your comments. We'll share some in a minute. Kind of a big weekend. I think it's exciting, right? As we come back together as a community, we are coming together and going out and having fun, and lots going on this weekend, including the Back to the 50s Classic Car Show. I just love this video. Every year you get thousands of classic cars rolling into the state fairgrounds, and they did that this morning right around 6. And you'll see it over the weekend. It's sort of weird if you're driving around and all of a sudden you see 5 or 6 of these classic roadsters and classic cars out there. Look at that one. That's pretty cool. So good deal. Back to the 50s going on. You can check that out. Today, it starts today and runs through Sunday. Maybe you're into art and music, and the Stone Arch Bridge Festival happens tomorrow and Sunday. It's free to go walk around. A couple hundred artists out there, some live music, some food trucks. This year, just FYI, it's moved across the river. So it traditionally is on the St. Anthony, Maine side of things. This year, it's on the Guthrie Theater side of the bridge over on West River Parkway. So that's pretty cool. Something else going on this weekend for you. Another big event that is back is the Basilica Block Party. Usually that would be, I feel like it's late June usually, right? This year it goes to September, because a lot of these events, I mean, frankly, the fact that they're happening is somewhat of a miracle, because we didn't really know what the restrictions were going to be with sufficient time to plan this stuff. That's why Basilica punted. They moved to September, but tickets at 10 a.m. today. AJR is going to perform. They're probably the biggest name. Rit Momney, which is a hilarious spoonerism of Mitt Romney. And then the Avett brothers. Avett rhymes with Corvette. we learned together today. United States is now commemorating the end of slavery, or at least when the last slaves in America were told that they were free, with a new federal holiday. It's been a state holiday in Minnesota for a number of years. Minneapolis made it an official city holiday last year, and some Minnesotans marching in St. Paul yesterday to celebrate Juneteenth. Lots of events all week leading up to the official holiday tomorrow. It's being commemorated and celebrated today, and it does mark that day in 1865, June 19th, where those slaves in Texas were finally told, hey, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. You are free. President Joe Biden making an official national holiday yesterday. Some banks will be closed today. Lots of corporate offices like Best Buy having a day off as well. Let's talk about this disturbing discovery in Minneapolis, because someone walking their dog found, the dog found a bag that had a human body part in it. They called 911, of course. This first bag of remains found in the grass behind the Ukrainian American Community Center on Northeast Main Street yesterday morning. And this is gruesome, as remains were found another couple of blocks from there near University Avenue. Here is one of the people who notified police about finding this.
I mean, again, you don't think to point that stuff out until, you get the news that there's a leg down the street, I guess, right? And then all of a sudden you're paying attention for it. But if I just saw a bag, I wouldn't say anything initially,
And this really feels like a real-life kind of Criminal Minds scenario, where police right now are trying to figure out, who is this man? Are there more body parts out there? They say there likely are. What happened? Who killed this person? So many questions this morning. Police, of course, treating it like a homicide. They say the crime happened recently, and so lots more questions about this, but certainly a haunting thing for people to find out there. Crime Stoppers, or just call 911 if you know anything. Minnesota has regained 60% of the jobs that were lost during the pandemic. That's good, but there's still 40% left to go, and businesses across the state are struggling to find employees, from a Minneapolis post office to a pizza staple in Grand Marais. They're only making certain sizes because they just don't have enough workers. That plea for workers everywhere you look. This is how things can shake out after a pandemic, right? The whole economy has been shaken up. And because of that, workers are, in some cases, staying out of work or shifting into other professions. The unemployment rate in May dropped 0.1% down to 4% now. Labor force participation rate did go up. We're close to 68% now, but 17,000 more people are on unemployment right now than were in February of 2020, so about a year ago. Staffing experts are telling us they are starting to see some movement. So more people who maybe were hesitant to go back to an office, or people who wanted a hybrid schedule, are starting to get back into action. So that's good news, but it's going to take a while, right? Because you're out of work doesn't necessarily mean your skills line up with the job openings that are out there. So this may take a bit. Algae covering some Minnesota lakes much earlier than normal. Saw that algae out on Lake Harriet in Minneapolis. Many lakes around the state are dealing with this right now. Minnesota Pollution Control Agency getting reports of the blue-green algae as well. That's stuff you got to watch out for, because if your dog gets in that, starts drinking the water and ingesting blue-green algae, it can be toxic. How does this happen? Runoff. It's largely runoff. We can do our part by kind of raking up grass clippings and keeping things out from like the drains in the streets. Clean up after your pets. But the reality, a lot of this is bird poop or goose or duck poop that kind of washes down into the lake, and then the blooms come with the hot weather and the fact we haven't had any rain really to kind of mix things up. We are talking about dad bods briefly because of a new survey out. 72% of women claim that they accept the dad bod. How do we define dad bod? Well, I think it depends who you ask. 68% of men say they're into it. Slightly up from 2018. Perhaps the pandemic has made us more forgiving. Planet Fitness did this survey. They found more than 3 in 5 Americans agree that men with dad bods have happier marriages. I'm doing my part. That's right. My wife, maybe, I don't know if she's pro dad bod or anti, but that's what she's got. Sorry.
She's pro your bod.
I
right?
mean, I don't know. I haven't asked. I don't know if that's a specific factor with her one way or the other.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Is she pro my? Don't know.
Huh.
Do we have a happy marriage, Alyssa? This, I do it for you. You're welcome. All right, dad bods. I have theories about dad bods, but I'm going to spare you, and I'm saving it for mid-morning, which you can catch here on CBSN Minnesota at 9. So hot takes coming up at about 9:10 on that one. Let's talk about Father's Day. Andrea Spencer, hubby, taking the boys camping. When they get back, we'll celebrate with his parents. Today is Mom's birthday as well. Nice. That'll be fun. Thanks, Andrea. Becca's working. My parents invited my husband over for an abandoned father's dinner. That's nice. That's pretty cool that your parents have a nice relationship with your husband. I think that's fun. Thanks, Becca. Kevin, Dad's 82. Gotta have a grill out. 82. Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Have a good time this weekend. Mary says good morning. She's going to go to the Back the 50s car show. That is classic dad material. Going to go with her husband. Have fun, Mary. Thank you. Here's Joe hanging out in Yellowstone with the family. That's a cool weekend, right? Awesome. Enjoy it. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I say happy Father's Day to my dad, Gary, in suburban Chicago, and my father-in-law, Pete, in Plymouth, Minnesota. So I'll be celebrating with the in-laws this weekend. Glad to be with you on this Friday. Dad Bod Friday is what it is. God, I just hate saying it. It just creeps me out every time I say the words. CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. We'll be with you again Monday if this thing doesn't get canceled. I keep trying, but it's still on the streaming, so we'll see you then.